Hi, are you considering Ecuador as a possible place for global living or retirement? Well, two top cities, Quito and Cuenca, they usually feature on everyone's list.
Whether you are seeking budget travel or affordable place to retire, let's break it down.
I'm Yemi.
And I'm Talks.
You are watching Joyful Life Retirement. Let's get into it, guys, okay? So we're going to start with Quito first.
Quito, yes.
What are we talking about with Quito?
Well, Quito is a very cosmopolitan place with an international airport.
Yes.
So it is definitely bigger than Cuenca. Okay. It comes with big city conveniences, more jobs, volunteer opportunities. And of course, it has higher altitude, which might be a problem for some people. I think it's about
9,400?
Yeah, almost 9,500.
9,500
Yeah.
above sea level.
Yeah, so that is pretty high. But on the other side, it does have diverse neighborhoods, so you have the budget-friendly neighborhood where you can save a lot of money, or if you want to go more high-rise, they do have that too.
Quito is fabulous. We love Quito. We don't love the altitude, but we love Quito.
No, we do not.
We love Quito. So we're moving right along to Cuenca. Oh my goodness, guys, we fell in love hard with Cuenca. Cuenca is smaller than Quito, obviously, and what you'll find is that it's more budget friendly. It tends to have lower costs of living in general, very popular with retirees. And we can tell you from the 2 times we've been there for extended stays, they have a very strong expat community. And they get together. We actually went to a few events as visitors. It was fantastic. It really was.
Now, Cuenca also has a slightly lower altitude than Quito, so I think it's almost 1,000 feet lower than Quito. So
yeah.
Breathing might not be so much of a problem if you have altitude problem.
Exactly.
That is not to say you won't have it at all, but it might be a little bit more reduced.
Yes. So the thing with Cuenca also that I think we should point out, the walkability. We found Cuenca to be really, really walkable.
Yes.
The mountains, the steeps are not quite so high in Cuenca.
Yes.
In Quito, when we've been, you will get up a hill and go, I'm not even playing, guys. That's how we both were.
Well, Quito is already up the hill anyway. But the amazing thing about Quito is I like the way the serpentine road, the way they snake around the mountain.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It is beautiful. Well, if you're in a car, don't try and walk those things off, because we will still try and exercise, right?
Yeah.
We will take walks, and boy, we will literally be like, okay, wait, I need to take a breath. Yeah.
We just do a little bit less than we will do on the coast.
A whole lot less.
Yes, but we're not talking about the coast now. So let's talk about the differences in the cost of living.
Yes, very important. Breaking it down. So we can tell you that in Quito, you can get really affordable spots if you move away from the city center. The farther you move away from the city center, the cheaper you can find spots. I mean, there are places for rent for as little as $400. That will give you some space that's not a condo type building. I mean, there are homes that are renting for that price in Quito. Food stuff.
The food is relatively cheap in Quito. At least we went to the Mercado a few times, and the prices there, they were really very reasonable.
Way more reasonable than other parts of the country, other climates.
Yeah.
So right now we're still in the Andes region. For those of you who are maybe joining us in the middle of this, both Cuenca and Quito are in the Andes region. Quito has more variety too, slightly higher prices in your total cost of living. Cuenca is usually more consistently affordable.
Yes.
So we give an example of a home renting for about $400, and we're talking like a house, like again, away from the city center, people. Now in Cuenca, we have heard people renting homes that has some land, especially people if you have pets and you need space for your dogs to roam around. We've heard as little as $250 in Cuenca.
Away from the city center. Too.
Away from the city center, yeah,
No,
about
no.
30 minutes away.
Yes, in either of the two, if you are living close to the city center, you will be prepared to pay more.
Yes.
But on the whole, when you compare both, Cuenca is definitely cheaper.
And with Quito, because Quito is actually the capital of the country, if we haven't said that yet, so it has an international flair. There is something about Quito that brings in all of the big wigs, you know. They have is it the embassy that we
The
have?
embassies are there, yeah.
The embassies are there in Quito. So you actually have the international people, obviously. With embassies come people who are from those different countries living then in the capital. So there definitely is this international flair that you feel. Flair.
Yeah. And then, of course, with the international flair, you find that there are restaurants that cater to the upper class.
Yes.
So if you're looking to splurging and eating, you know, internationally, Quito will be a good place for you to go.
That's a really great place to go because I mean, and the choices are they're so plentiful. I mean, there's so many areas you can go to, and with the understanding that that's an international space, I mean, they have things set up to meet the needs of those international people too.
Now, that is not to say Cuenca doesn't have that. Cuenca actually does have a lot of international restaurants. The last time we were there, we went to an Indian restaurant, a Chinese restaurant. I mean, there are so many different types of restaurants in Cuenca too, but more upscale, that would be in Quito.
Yes, definitely. Again, just remember, in Quito, while you may be able to find some cheap things, in Cuenca the affordability is more consistent and it's more accessible. With Quito you may have to figure out, okay, where are the cheap areas, but Cuenca is the affordability is just out the wazoo.
Yes.
Yeah, it really is. Lifestyle and community. So let's talk about what the lifestyle is. We will put a personal spin on this because we actually have spent some time in both places. We found Quito to be busier, more traffic. Oh God,
Less walkable.
less walkable, guys. We're not even talking about the altitude. We're not talking about the hills and the steeps. We're talking about just the walkability. Not every part of the city is walkable. Cuenca, on the other hand, pretty much everywhere you go.
It's very walkable.
I mean, pretty much everywhere you go, that walkability is always consistently there.
Yeah.
Yes.
But one thing Quito has for it are the variety of parks where you see a lot of activities going on. There are lots of cultural activities. There are lots of dancing.
Yes. Yes. The last time we were in Quito, I think was it Parque Carolina or El Ejido?
No, El Ejido.
El Ejido. That park, just on a random morning, I mean, there were classes, dance classes, right?
Yep.
That we could see, and then on the weekends, oh my God, it was like a little fair.
Yeah.
It was fantastic just to be a part of that. So you'll see things like that, and the parks. Can I just say, nobody touches the parks in Quito. They are fantastic. The two we just mentioned, El Ejido, just the art pieces, they actually have art installations in those parks. Some of them are wood art installations, so you can just take a stroll and spend the whole day.
Same with Parque Carolina.
Oh, Carolina
And there's
Park.
lots of food, people selling,
gosh.
Vending food, so you can get really cheap food there at the park.
Inexpensive.
Yes, inexpensive.
Very, very inexpensive food, and we've eaten in both places in the parks.
So Cuenca, on the other hand, is at a slower pace,
Yes.
more walkable,
Yes.
as we said, strong retiree support networks. So that makes it a little bit
Attractive.
more attractive for retirees.
Attractive. So, guys, let's have it. Which one is right for you? Well, you're gonna have to make that choice. We will say though, if you love big city energy, Quito has it all day, every day, 24/7. Every day. You know, if you love that energy, that vibe that's just always electric, you definitely want to consider Quito. And there's this connectivity that's just amazing in that city.
Yes, but if you like less crowd, more connectivity with less crowd,
Yes.
you definitely want to do
Yeah.
Cuenca.
Cuenca has a slower pace. So Quito, fast, high energy, buzzy. Cuenca, on the other hand, is a little bit more slow, more laid back, you know, and you can choose which one works for you.
So they are both in the Andes, but either way, Ecuador has the option for you. They have something for everybody. You just have to pick which one works for you.
Awesome. That's just amazing, isn't it? Well, make sure you check out the shorts for this week. They are tied into this video. It will delve more into some of these things in there. We do put out a short every day, so make sure you check those out.
And don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share.
Watch the next video.